What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So it looked like the Warriors were going to hang on and win the game against the Denver Nuggets, but Steph Curry made a glaring error defensively when he decided to go over and double Jokic, leaving Morris open. Morris had just enough time to get off a game-winning shot, and the Denver Nuggets won 117 to 116. Morris was finished with 13 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 6 assists. Jokic had another MVP caliber performance, 35 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists, 13 of 24 shooting, including 3 of 5 from 3-point range. Klay Thompson was pretty quiet, 5 of 15 shooting for 16 points. Overall, Steph Curry shot the ball well, 10 of 19 from the floor, 4-4 for the free throw line for 25 points. However, he was only 1 of 7 from 3-point range. 1 of 7. Remember, it was Saturday against the Lakers this past Saturday when Curry shot only 1 of 8 from 3-point range. I don't know what's going on with Curry this year from 3-point range, but he has not been himself. He's shooting about 37.8% from 3-point range, which for most players would be pretty good, but for Steph Curry, that is not very good. And to be honest with you, over the past 8 games, he's only been shooting 35% from three. So he hasn't been himself, man. But bigger than Curry, this is bigger than Curry. The Warriors really need to be critiqued more than what they have been. I'm gonna tell you why. I know the Warriors have this mystique. The Warriors have the mystique of being this well-oiled machine, the Splash Brothers, this great championship team that had that run from 2015 to 2019. But they're not the same team. They kind of remind me of maybe like the 92 Pistons, where a lot of people think, this might still be during the regular season when they went 50 and 32. Well, they've had injury issues. I think this is still the Pistons. And then we saw ultimately they weren't the same team. They're a really good team, but they weren't the dominant team they were 2, 3 years earlier. Remember, they started off the season 18-2. They were 18-2, and they looked like an all-time great team. Then again, that was a million years ago, and Steph Curry was leading the NBA scoring at that time. Since then, they've only gone 25-15, and they've lost to some bad teams. They're not really that good. Their earlier start is covering up a lot of it's coming up a lot of problems with this team. Defensively, they've slipped tremendously. Remember, earlier this year they looked like they were an all-time great defensive team. Offensively, they were tremendous earlier this year. Now the holes are glaring, man. Excuse me. The holes are really glaring. Steph Curry's not getting it done on a consistent basis. You still gotta hope that Klay eventually gets back to where he was, more consistent. He did have a great Saturday, but for the most part, Klay still isn't what he was. But you give Klay a pass, man, because as I said before, the guy's been gone for 2.5 fucking years. He's come back from 2 injuries that can be career ending. So I'm not going to sit up here and blame Klay. No, not going to do it. Can't do that. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to anybody that's ever had to come back from two catastrophic type injuries like that. It'll be like blaming DeMarcus Cousins for something. DeMarcus Cousins had to come back from two, damn near three type injuries that are very damaging to a player's career. It's on Curry, man. It's on Curry. It's on Steve Kerr. Um, they don't look like a team that's going to be a championship team. That's why I have my reservations about Steve Kerr being on that top 15 list, man. I think he might be a top 20, 25 coach, but top 15, I'm not certain about that, man. But man, what's Denver's record anyway? Let me see. Because at one point this year, Denver was under 500. Let's see. Denver is now 33 and 25. They're 33 and 25, man. So they're starting to climb up the rankings. And let's remember, y'all, they don't have two key components of their team back yet. So these records, man, they can be a little misleading. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh man, Golden State, they're going to get it back together. They're going to." I look, man, I don't see it. I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs. Obviously, they're going to make the playoffs. I just think that there's something missing from this team. And with Curry being as inconsistent as he's been, Clay not quite where he wants to be, Draymond ailing, interior, protection issues, rebounding issues, defensive lapses. I don't see how this people have any confidence this team's gonna somehow go on this magical run. I think after a while, a team shows you what they are, and that's still not enough for some people. Some people, just want to wish something into reality, and it doesn't happen. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.